We always hear about billionaires as if they were born with a silver spoon, right? The media loves to show us the end result. The yachts, the mansions, the private jets. It's easy to assume these people just had it all handed to them, that their lives were always filled with privilege and opportunity. But let me tell you a quick story that'll change how you see success forever. Because behind every headline, there's a journey most people never see. A journey filled with struggle, setbacks, and relentless determination. Picture this: no fancy connections, no big inheritance, just a young guy with a wild idea and a burning sense of curiosity. He didn't have a roadmap or a family legacy to follow. All he had was a dream that kept him up at night, and a belief that maybe, just maybe, he could make something out of nothing. He started small, so small that his first office was his garage. Not exactly the headquarters of a global enterprise. The walls were bare, the space was cramped, and the only thing filling the air was hope and the sound of his own determination. But what he had was focus. The kind of focus that blocks out the noise, that keeps you glued to your vision even when everything around you is telling you to quit. Every single day he showed up, rain or shine, tired or energized. He made it a point to put in the work. He knew that progress wasn't about giant leaps, but about showing up, day after day, no matter what. He didn't let the noise get to him, didn't care what others thought about his tiny beginnings. Friends doubted him, family questioned his choices, but he kept his eyes on the prize. He learned to tune out the doubters and trust his own instincts. He picked one thing and decided he was going to be the best at it. He didn't chase every shiny new opportunity or get distracted by what others were doing. He chose his lane and poured everything he had into mastering it. Do you know how hard that is in a world full of distractions? With social media, endless notifications, and everyone telling you to try something new, staying focused is almost a superpower. But he made it his mission to protect his attention and energy. But here's the secret. Not only did he stay focused, he was relentless with his consistency. He didn't just work hard when he felt inspired. He worked hard every single day, even when motivation was nowhere to be found. While others jumped from trend to trend, he kept showing up, building brick by brick. Each day's effort was like laying another stone in the foundation of his future. He understood that greatness isn't built overnight. It's built one small action at a time. Some days were tough. Orders didn't come in, the bank account looked empty, and people doubted he'd ever make it. There were moments when quitting seemed easier than continuing, when the setbacks felt overwhelming. But he kept moving forward, step after step, even if the steps were tiny. Progress was slow, but it was steady. He learned to celebrate the small wins and use the setbacks as fuel to keep going. And over time, something incredible happened. Those small, consistent actions started to compound. People noticed, customers talked, word spread, and slowly, the business began to grow beyond what he ever imagined. The business grew, then exploded. What started as a one-man show in a garage became a thriving company with employees, customers, and a reputation for excellence. Suddenly, that garage felt too small for the dream. The space that once seemed more than enough was now bursting at the seams, a symbol of how far he'd come. And you know what? That's how billionaires are built. Not by shortcuts or luck, but by grit, vision, and the willingness to do the work when no one else is watching. Not overnight, not by luck, but by laser-like focus and showing up every day, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when nobody's watching. The real magic happens in those quiet moments when you choose to keep going. He invested in learning too, reading, listening, absorbing everything he could about his craft. He knew that to stay ahead, he had to keep growing, keep evolving, and never settle for good enough. So if you're an entrepreneur dreaming big but feeling stuck right now, remember this: you don't have to start with a lot, but you do have to start. The first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most important. Pick your lane and stay in it. Don't let the fear of missing out pull you in 100 different directions. Choose your path and commit to it fully. Get really, really good at one thing. Mastery takes time, but it's the key to standing out in a crowded world. The more you practice, the more valuable you become. And then, just keep going. When it gets tough, when you feel like giving up, remember why you started. Persistence is what separates the dreamers from the doers, because focus and consistency are the real secrets. They're not glamorous, but they're unstoppable. They turn small beginnings into massive success stories. That's how you build an empire from nothing. That's how you transform a simple idea into a legacy that lasts for generations. That's how you go from garage to greatness. Every empire, every fortune, every legacy starts with a single step and the courage to keep moving forward. And maybe, just maybe, that's how you become the next billionaire. The journey is long, but the rewards are worth every ounce of effort. So start today, stay focused, and never underestimate the power of showing up.